Texas is a land of vast landscapes, rich history, and a shadowy undercurrent of chilling legends. Beneath its wide-open skies and bustling cities lie houses that have borne witness to unimaginable horror. Some of these homes have been the sites of gruesome murders, tragic deaths, or inexplicable occurrences that still echo through their walls. Locals whisper about strange sounds, shadowy figures, and an overwhelming sense of dread that hangs over these properties. Venturing into these houses is not for the faint of heart. Ghost hunters and paranormal investigators have fled some of them, unable to explain the chilling phenomena they encountered. Whether it is a dark secret buried in the foundations, a restless spirit wandering the hallways, or an energy so malevolent it sends shivers down your spine. These haunted houses of Texas are places where the past refuses to stay buried. If you are brave enough to face the unknown and confront the terrifying mysteries hidden within the walls of these homes, prepare yourself for a journey into the darkest corners of Texas's haunted history. Haunted House Number 1, the Driscoll Hotel, Austin. Standing proudly in the heart of Austin, the Driscoll Hotel is more than just a luxurious historic building. Since its grand opening in 1886, it has been a silent witness to countless stories of wealth, ambition, and tragedy, and over time, it has developed a sinister reputation that continues to haunt visitors to this day. Guests report eerie occurrences from the moment they step into the lavish lobby. Some claim to have felt sudden drops in temperature, unexplained cold spots that send shivers crawling up their spines, even in the sweltering Texas heat. Others have described phantom footsteps echoing through the hallways late at night, whispers of conversations in rooms that should be empty, and doors that open and close on their own, as if invisible hands are rearranging the space. One of the most infamous legends surrounding the Driscoll involves Colonel Jesse Driscoll himself, the hotel's founder. Locals say that the colonel's spirit still roams the halls, dressed in his old Texas finery, checking on guests and wandering the corridors as though guarding his creation. There are tales of guests seeing a shadowy figure sitting in the lobby chairs, watching silently, only to vanish when approached. Some visitors have even reported seeing figures in old-fashioned clothing gliding across the ballroom floor, a haunting echo of the hotel's glamorous past. The hotel has also seen its share of tragedies. From sudden deaths to mysterious accidents, the energy left behind by these events is said to linger. Guests in room 525 report hearing crying in the dead of night, voices that suddenly stop when someone enters the room, and fleeting shadows that dart across the walls. Employees, too, have shared chilling experiences, like objects moving on their own or feeling a presence behind them when no one is there. Paranormal investigators who have spent nights in the hotel have captured inexplicable EVP recordings, strange orbs of light, and temperature anomalies that defy logical explanation. Despite its haunted reputation, the Driscoll remains a favorite among thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. Many visitors are drawn not only by the luxury and history, but also by the opportunity to witness the unexplained. The hotel embraces its eerie fame, offering ghost tours that recount the spine-chilling events that have occurred over more than a century. From tragic deaths and ghostly apparitions to mysterious sounds and sudden temperature drops, the Driscoll Hotel offers a window into the supernatural, making it one of the most haunted and captivating places in Texas. Whether you are a skeptic or a believer, a stay at the Driscoll leaves an impression. The combination of historic grandeur and paranormal intrigue ensures that this hotel is not just a place to sleep, but a place where the past still breathes and the spirits of Texas's history linger. Anyone daring enough to spend a night here should prepare themselves for a brush with the unknown, for the Driscoll Hotel is a testament to the fact that some ghosts never truly leave. Number 2. The Alamo, San Antonio. The Alamo, one of Texas' most iconic landmarks, is renowned for its role in the Texas Revolution. But beneath its historic grandeur lies a darker, chilling side that many visitors fail to notice. While thousands come to marvel at the architecture and learn about the heroic battle that took place in 1836, few realize that the spirits of those who perished in the siege are said to linger, restless and unwilling to leave the site of their violent deaths. Visitors often report feeling sudden drops in temperature, a common sign of supernatural presence, as they wander through the stone halls and courtyards of the Alamo. Some claim to hear the distant clanging of swords, the thunder of marching feet, and muffled cries of soldiers echoing in the stillness of the night. These sounds are not from any modern reenactment, but inexplicable phenomena that seem to replay the tragic events of the past over and over again, as if history itself refuses to rest. Ghost sightings are also not uncommon. Witnesses have described shadowy figures moving through the grounds, sometimes disappearing into the thick walls of the old mission. One visitor recounted seeing a man dressed in a 19th century military uniform, standing silently among the ruins, only to vanish when approached. Others have reported apparitions of women in long dresses, perhaps the relatives of soldiers, wandering aimlessly, as if searching for loved ones, lost to the violence of the siege. These spectral figures are often accompanied by a sense of profound sadness, an emotional weight that visitors can feel pressing down on them as they walk the hallowed grounds. The Alamo's long history of conflict and death has left a lingering energy that many believe cannot be explained by the natural world alone. Paranormal investigators who have spent nights on the property have recorded eerie EVPs, captured unexplained orbs of light in photographs, and detected sudden changes in temperature and electromagnetic fields in areas where no electrical interference exists. Some employees have shared their own experiences of unexplained occurrences, including objects moving without cause, doors opening and closing on their own, and fleeting shadows that vanish before they can be fully seen. The most haunting tales often revolve around the Alamo Chapel, where many soldiers made their final stand. Tour guides and historians alike speak of hearing footsteps echoing on the stone floors long after the site has been closed to the public. Others have reported hearing ghostly whispers in the chapel, words of encouragement or cries for help that seem to originate from nowhere. The heavy, oppressive atmosphere in certain parts of the building leaves even the bravest visitors with a sense of unease. Many believe that the spirits of the fallen are trapped in a cycle of their final moments, reliving the horror of the siege over and over. The Alamo is not just a historical site, it is a resting place for souls who met violent ends, souls that cannot let go. This idea is reinforced by local legends that suggest some visitors who spend the night in the Alamo or stay too long after dark have experienced sudden feelings of nausea, panic, or unexplained dread, as if the site itself is reacting to their presence. Despite its chilling reputation, the Alamo continues to draw visitors from around the world. Tourists and ghost hunters alike are fascinated by the possibility of witnessing something beyond the natural world. The combination of historical significance and paranormal activity makes it one of the most compelling haunted locations in Texas, a place where the past refuses to be silent and the spirits of history linger just beneath the surface. Whether you are drawn by curiosity, history, or the supernatural, a visit to the Alamo offers a unique and unsettling experience. The whispers of the past, the cold spots, and the shadowy figures serve as a reminder that even the most celebrated landmarks can have a dark and haunted side. Those who walk its grounds may find themselves not only reflecting on the bravery of those who fought and died, but also feeling the lingering presence of spirits that are never fully at rest. The Alamo is a place where history and the supernatural intertwine, a site where the legacy of heroism is inseparable from the horror of the deaths that occurred there. It challenges visitors to confront not only the events of the past, but also the possibility that some spirits refuse to leave, trapped forever by the violence and emotion that marked their final moments. A visit to the Alamo is not just an educational experience. It is a haunting journey into the shadows of Texas history, one that lingers long after you leave its grounds. Number 3. The Baker Hotel, Mineral Wells. The Baker Hotel in Mineral Wells, Texas, was once a glamorous destination for those seeking luxury, wellness, and relaxation. Built in the 1920s, it attracted celebrities, politicians, and socialites eager to enjoy the famed mineral waters that promised to heal ailments and rejuvenate the body. However, beneath its ornate facades and opulent ballrooms lies a history stained with tragedy, despair, and eerie occurrences that have left the Baker Hotel notorious as one of the most haunted places in Texas. The hotel's decline began during the Great Depression, when its once luxurious halls fell into disrepair. Many of the staff and guests reported strange occurrences, some dismissing them as the product of stress or the creaking of an aging building. Yet over the years, these reports grew more sinister. Visitors began speaking of shadowy figures gliding through empty hallways, disembodied voices calling out names, and the inexplicable feeling of being watched. Paranormal investigators who have spent nights exploring the abandoned building often recount sudden drops in temperature, flickering lights, and ghostly figures caught on camera or recorded in EVPs, events that defy logical explanation. One of the most chilling areas of the Baker Hotel is the old pool and spa section. Once the centerpiece of the hotel's wellness attractions, it now sits decaying and forgotten. Guests have described hearing splashing water in empty pools, as if someone unseen is swimming or moving beneath the surface. Some have even reported seeing a figure in a vintage bathing suit, vanishing the moment they approach. The atmosphere here is heavy and oppressive, leaving even the most skeptical visitors with a sense of unease and dread. The guest rooms are no less haunted. People who have explored the abandoned suites speak of sudden cold spots, doors opening and closing on their own, and objects moving inexplicably. There are stories of apparitions appearing at the foot of beds, some in the elegant attire of the 1920s, some looking disheveled and tormented, all suggesting spirits trapped between the living world and the afterlife. Others have claimed to hear whispers in the hallways, sometimes polite conversation, sometimes pleading or crying, seemingly emanating from rooms long abandoned and inaccessible. The Baker Hotel's history is intertwined with numerous personal tragedies, which many believe have left residual energy in the building. Several deaths occurred within its walls, including illnesses, accidents, and suicides, each contributing to the atmosphere of sorrow and unrest. Paranormal enthusiasts suggest that these energies are why the hotel continues to be a hotspot for supernatural activity, as spirits replay moments of trauma, pain, or longing over and over. The ballrooms, once filled with laughter and music, are now spaces where the echoes of the past seem to linger. Visitors report faint strains of piano music, the soft murmur of party conversations, and the laughter of women in elegant dresses. Yet when investigated, no living person is found. These phenomena, combined with the building's decrepit and decaying state, make the experience profoundly unsettling. Even the exterior of the Baker Hotel has a spectral reputation. Locals speak of strange lights glowing in the windows at night, long after the building was abandoned. Some have reported hearing ghostly footsteps on the veranda or glimpsing shadowy figures moving across the parking areas. These reports, combined with the eerie silence of the surrounding town at night, create a chilling backdrop for anyone brave enough to explore the site. The Baker Hotel is more than an abandoned building. It is a testament to the fleeting nature of luxury, the weight of human suffering, and the lingering presence of the past. Its ornate architecture, once a symbol of prosperity, now serves as a stage for the unseen, the tormented, and the mysterious. For paranormal enthusiasts, historians, and thrill-seekers, the Baker Hotel offers a rare glimpse into the intersection of history and the supernatural. Visiting the Baker Hotel is not for the faint of heart. Those who wander its crumbling halls often leave with a sense of having brushed against something otherworldly, a presence that watches, waits, and perhaps remembers the vibrant life the building once hosted. The legends, combined with tangible evidence recorded by investigators, ensure that the Baker Hotel remains a magnet for those drawn to the paranormal, an enduring reminder that not all spirits rest quietly, and some are destined to haunt forever. The haunting of the Baker Hotel is a layered and complex phenomenon. It is the result of human tragedy, historical significance, and the sheer age and isolation of the building. Its ghostly tales, whether true or exaggerated, continue to captivate and terrify visitors, cementing its place in the pantheon of America's most haunted locations. The building stands as a chilling monument to the past, a place where echoes of laughter, sorrow, and despair intertwine in a perpetual spectral performance. Number 4. The Menger Hotel, San Antonio. The Menger Hotel, located in the heart of San Antonio, Texas, is one of the oldest and most historically significant hotels in the state. Founded in 1859, this grand building has witnessed over a century and a half of history, from lavish social events and political gatherings to the echoes of the turbulent past of the American South. However, beneath its elegant facade and ornate architecture lies a chilling reputation. Guests and staff alike have reported strange occurrences that make the Menger Hotel a hotspot for paranormal activity, and many believe that it is haunted by numerous restless spirits. One of the most frequently reported hauntings occurs in the hotel's guest rooms. Visitors have described hearing footsteps in hallways when no one else is present, doors opening and closing without explanation, and the sensation of being touched or watched by an unseen presence. Some guests have even claimed to see apparitions, including men and women dressed in 19th century attire, wandering silently through the hallways. These sightings are often accompanied by sudden cold spots that chill the air, inexplicably, a common hallmark of supernatural activity. The hotel's bar and restaurant areas are equally infamous for paranormal occurrences. Some patrons have reported seeing the shadow of a man sitting at a table long after he has left, and glasses and utensils have been known to move on their own. Staff members recount hearing conversations and laughter when no guests are present, and some have claimed to witness objects being displaced or falling to the floor without explanation. These experiences contribute to the eerie atmosphere that lingers even during the bustling hours of the day. Perhaps the most well-known ghost of the Menger Hotel is that of a former bartender named Sally White, who worked at the hotel in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Sally is said to have been a kind and hardworking woman, beloved by staff and guests. After her death, her spirit reportedly remained behind, continuing to serve drinks and interact with patrons. Guests have described seeing a female figure in period attire, walking the hallways, or appearing behind the bar, offering a friendly presence that is both comforting and unsettling. Some even claim that glasses and bottles move mysteriously, as if being handled by invisible hands. The Menger Hotel's long history as a gathering place for political figures, businessmen, and military personnel adds layers to its paranormal narrative. The building housed soldiers and travelers during times of war, and some spirits are thought to be those of men who died while visiting or working at the hotel. Guests have reported seeing ghostly military figures in uniforms from the Civil War era, appearing briefly in hallways or standing silently by windows before vanishing. The combination of historical significance and reported hauntings makes the hotel a magnet for paranormal investigators and thrill seekers. Even the hotel's grand suites are not exempt from spectral activity. Stories persist of sudden unexplained noises, shadowy figures at the edge of vision, and doors that refuse to stay closed. Some guests have reported feeling an invisible presence sitting at the edge of their beds, watching them, while others claim to hear whispers in languages they do not recognize. These reports, documented over decades, have made the Menger Hotel a central location in Texas ghost lore. One of the most chilling areas is the rooftop and upper hallways, where some visitors have claimed to see fleeting figures walking along the balconies, only to disappear when approached. The combination of the hotel's historical architecture, creaking floors, and dimly lit corridors creates a perfect environment for supernatural encounters. Even skeptics admit that the building exudes a heavy, almost tangible atmosphere that hints at lingering energies from the past. The Menger Hotel also features in local legends and ghost tours, where guides recount tales of tragic deaths, mysterious disappearances, and unexplained phenomena that have occurred over its long history. Stories of phantom footsteps, moving objects, and apparitions are shared by employees and visitors alike, reinforcing the hotel's reputation as one of the most haunted locations in San Antonio. For those brave enough to explore the Menger Hotel, the experience is unforgettable. From the ornate ballrooms, where echoes of past celebrations seem to linger, to the shadowy hallways and haunted suites, every corner of the building seems to tell a story. Whether it is the friendly presence of Sally White or the darker, more mysterious spirits of travelers long gone, the hotel offers a chilling glimpse into the past, reminding guests that history is never truly at rest. The Menger Hotel is more than a historic building. It is a living museum of paranormal history. Its walls have absorbed the laughter, grief, and sorrow of generations, creating an environment where spirits and memories intertwine. Each reported encounter adds to the legend, drawing visitors who are curious, thrill-seeking, or simply fascinated by the unknown. The combination of history, architecture, and supernatural activity ensures that the Menger Hotel remains a cornerstone of haunted lore in Texas, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is said to be at its thinnest. Visiting the Menger Hotel is a journey into the past, where the present mingles with echoes of history and the unexplained. It is a place where the grandeur of a bygone era meets the chilling whispers of spirits who refuse to be forgotten. For historians, ghost hunters, and the simply brave, the Menger Hotel offers an encounter that is as horrifying as it is fascinating, cementing its reputation as one of the most haunted and mysterious locations in Texas. Number 5. Jefferson Hotel, Jefferson. The Jefferson Hotel located in the historic town of Jefferson, Texas, is a stunning example of 19th century architecture, featuring grand staircases, ornate woodwork, and rooms filled with antique furnishings. Beneath its elegant and stately appearance, however, lies a dark and terrifying history that has earned the hotel a reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the state. Visitors and staff alike have reported encounters with restless spirits, ghostly apparitions, and unexplainable phenomena that send shivers down the spine. Many of the hauntings at the Jefferson Hotel are said to originate from its long history as a gathering place for travelers, traders, and soldiers during turbulent periods in Texas history. Guests often recount hearing footsteps echoing through the empty hallways late at night, or the soft murmur of voices when no one else is present. Doors have been known to open and close of their own accord, and lights flicker unpredictably, adding an unsettling atmosphere to an otherwise beautiful, historic hotel. One of the most infamous spirits is that of a woman believed to have died tragically on the premises in the late 1800s. Guests report seeing her apparition dressed in period clothing, walking silently through hallways, or standing at the edge of their beds before vanishing. Some visitors have felt a cold, almost tangible presence in their rooms, accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature, which many believe is the work of this sorrowful ghost. The Jefferson Hotel is also known for strange occurrences in its grand lobby and dining areas. Patrons and staff have described hearing footsteps pacing back and forth on the wooden floors, glasses rattling, and furniture shifting as if someone unseen is moving about. Several reports include seeing shadowy figures at the edges of vision, or glimpses of people dressed in 19th century attire who vanish when approached. These phenomena have been documented for decades, making the hotel a key location for paranormal investigators. Some rooms in the Jefferson Hotel have a particularly high frequency of hauntings, with multiple guests reporting similar experiences over the years. Whispers and faint cries have been heard, objects have been mysteriously moved, and doors have locked or unlocked without explanation. Visitors have even described feeling the sensation of being watched, or the presence of someone brushing past them, though no one else is visible. These chilling experiences contribute to the hotel's notoriety and make it a magnet for thrill seekers and ghost enthusiasts. Historical events connected to the hotel also seem to contribute to the paranormal activity. Stories tell of former guests who met untimely deaths or suffered tragedies within the hotel, and it is believed that their spirits linger, unable to move on. Some sightings include figures of men in period military uniforms, while others claim to see women and children wandering the hallways. Each encounter adds to the sense of mystery and reinforces the eerie reputation of the Jefferson Hotel. The hotel has been featured in numerous ghost tours and paranormal investigations, where guides recount tales of spectral activity, unexplained noises, and objects moving without cause. Visitors have been captivated by stories of tragic deaths, unquiet spirits, and sudden cold spots that defy logical explanation. Many choose to stay overnight, eager to witness firsthand the chilling experiences that have been reported for over a century. Even during the daytime, the Jefferson Hotel exudes an air of mystery. The combination of historic charm, antique furnishings, and stories of supernatural occurrences creates an atmosphere where the past seems to linger in every corner. Whether it is the subtle sounds of footsteps, fleeting shadows, or the sudden feeling of being observed, the hotel offers an immersive experience in the paranormal. Guests often leave the Jefferson Hotel with stories of their own, adding to the legacy of ghostly encounters that surround this historic property. Each apparition cited, each unexplained phenomenon, and each eerie sensation reinforces the hotel's reputation as a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. Paranormal enthusiasts and historians alike agree that the Jefferson Hotel is not merely a building, but a haunting experience, a living reminder of the past that refuses to remain silent. For those who dare to visit, the Jefferson Hotel is both captivating and terrifying. Its haunted hallways, mysterious sounds, and restless spirits create an unforgettable atmosphere where history and the supernatural collide. Every creaking floorboard, every cold gust of wind, and every flickering light tells a story, inviting guests to explore the unknown and witness the unexplainable. The Jefferson Hotel stands as a testament to the enduring allure of haunted locations. Its blend of historical significance and paranormal activity makes it a must-visit destination for those seeking to experience the spine-chilling encounters that have been reported for decades. From ghostly apparitions to unexplained phenomena, the Jefferson Hotel remains one of the most hauntingly beautiful and mysterious places in Texas. Number 6. The Texas State Capitol, Austin. The Texas State Capitol, a grand and imposing structure in the heart of Austin, is known not only for its political significance, but also for its spine-chilling paranormal activity. Built in the late 19th century, the Capitol has witnessed countless events, protests, and historical milestones. But beneath its impressive architecture and polished halls, there lurks a dark and unsettling history that has given rise to numerous ghost stories and supernatural encounters. Visitors and staff alike have reported a wide array of paranormal experiences within the Capitol. Some claim to hear footsteps echoing through the marble hallways late at night, when the building should be completely empty. Others have described hearing distant voices, sometimes whispering, sometimes shouting, with no identifiable source. These unexplained sounds have been reported in offices, stairwells, and even the rotunda, adding an eerie layer of mystery to this iconic building. Many of the hauntings are believed to be connected to the long and often turbulent history of the Capitol. Politicians, staff members, and visitors over the decades have all played roles in the state's history, and some of their spirits are said to linger, unable to find peace. Certain offices and rooms in the building have become infamous for repeated sightings of shadowy figures or ghostly apparitions, sometimes dressed in period clothing or carrying objects from another era. One of the most commonly reported phenomena at the Texas State Capitol involves cold spots. Visitors frequently describe sudden drops in temperature in otherwise warm rooms, often accompanied by the sensation of being watched or touched. Some have even reported their personal belongings moving inexplicably, lights flickering, or doors opening and closing on their own. Paranormal investigators consider these experiences classic signs of a haunted location and continue to document new encounters. The Rotunda, with its high ceilings and historic artwork, is another hotspot for ghostly activity. People have reported hearing faint footsteps circling the space, or seeing fleeting shadows move across the walls. Some claim to have glimpsed full-bodied apparitions, often in 19th century attire, disappearing before they could be approached. These experiences, combined with the Capitol's storied past of political tension and dramatic events, have cemented its reputation as a paranormal hotspot. A number of ghost stories also revolve around the Capitol's more tragic history. Individuals who met untimely deaths within the building, accidents during construction, and the emotional intensity of political debates are believed to have left residual energy, manifesting as ghostly phenomena. Some employees have even described feeling sudden unease or pressure on their shoulders while alone in certain rooms, attributing it to unseen presences lingering from the past. Guides and historians often share these eerie accounts with visitors during tours, recounting tales of apparitions, unexplained noises, and chilling encounters. Some tourists have chosen to explore the capital after dark, seeking first-hand experiences of the supernatural. Many report sensations that defy explanation, from whispering voices to sudden cold drafts that seem to have no source. Each story adds to the building's long legacy of paranormal mystery and intrigue. The Texas state capitol continues to attract paranormal enthusiasts, historians, and curious travelers alike. Its combination of historical significance and documented hauntings makes it a unique destination where the past and the supernatural intersect. From shadowy figures in the hallways to unexplained cold spots, each encounter reinforces the idea that this grand building harbors spirits from a bygone era. Whether wandering through the ornate offices, exploring the vast corridors, or standing beneath the majestic dome of the rotunda, visitors to the Texas state capitol cannot help but feel the lingering presence of the past. Every creak of the wooden floors, flicker of the lights, or distant echo of voices tells a story that stretches back decades, if not centuries. The haunting experiences reported here serve as a reminder that history is not always confined to books and archives. Sometimes it lingers, restless, and very much alive. For those brave enough to visit, the Texas state capitol offers more than a glimpse into government and history. It provides a chilling encounter with the unknown, a place where the spirits of the past refuse to remain silent. Each eerie sound, shadowy figure, and inexplicable event invites guests to question what lies beyond the physical world, making it one of Texas's most fascinating and haunted locations. Number 7. Presidio La Bahia, Goliad. Presidio La Bahia, located in the small town of Goliad, Texas, is one of the state's most chilling and historically significant haunted locations. Originally built in the 18th century as a Spanish fort to protect the territory, this site has witnessed centuries of conflict, bloodshed, and tragedy, which have all contributed to its reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity. The fort's walls, constructed from thick stone and clay, have silently observed the rise and fall of empires, battles for independence, and countless human dramas, leaving behind an aura that many claim is impossible to ignore. Visitors to Presidio La Bahia often describe an overwhelming feeling of unease as they step onto the grounds. The very air seems heavy with history, and some report a sudden chill, a sensation of being watched, or an inexplicable tension that grows stronger as night falls. The fort has been the site of numerous violent events over the centuries, including executions, battles, and other brutal acts that are said to have left residual energy, haunting the location to this day. Inside the fort, many report ghostly figures appearing in period clothing, wandering the hallways, courtyards, and bastions. Some witnesses claim to see soldiers patrolling the grounds even when the area is empty, or hear the distant clatter of muskets and cannon fire that seems to echo from another time. Others have described hearing the anguished cries of men and women who met untimely deaths on the premises, sometimes accompanied by the unmistakable sensation of footsteps following them through deserted rooms. One of the most commonly reported paranormal phenomena at Presidio La Bahia involves shadowy figures that appear near the old chapel and barracks. These shapes, often fleeting and hard to focus on, have been seen gliding across walls or disappearing through solid doors. Many visitors also describe sudden drops in temperature, flickering lights, and an eerie silence that is occasionally punctuated by sounds of movement that cannot be explained. Such experiences suggest that the spirits of the past remain restless, replaying fragments of their lives within the walls of the fort. Some of the hauntings are believed to be linked to historical events, such as the Goliad Massacre of 1836. During this tragic episode, Texian prisoners of war were executed, leaving behind an undeniable mark on the site. Witnesses over the years have reported hearing the screams, sobs, and desperate pleas of those who perished during this dark chapter, even though the massacre occurred nearly 2 centuries ago. Paranormal investigators often point to these residual energies as evidence that traumatic events can imprint themselves on locations, manifesting as ghostly phenomena. In addition to apparitions and unexplained sounds, visitors sometimes experience more personal encounters. Some claim to feel an invisible touch on their shoulders or sense a presence following them as they walk along the fort's pathways. Others report seeing objects move on their own or hearing whispers just beyond comprehension, creating an atmosphere of constant unease. These phenomena have been documented by both casual visitors and dedicated ghost hunters, adding to the fort's growing legend as one of Texas's most haunted historical sites. The fort itself, with its stone walls, wooden beams, and historical artifacts, adds to the unsettling feeling. The architecture amplifies sounds, making creaks, footsteps, and distant voices even more unnerving. Some witnesses have even claimed to see the faint glow of lanterns moving through the fog, with no one holding them, or glimpsed full-bodied apparitions in the moonlight. These encounters are often described as vivid and terrifying, leaving visitors with an indelible impression that the past is never truly gone. Guides and historians share chilling accounts of supernatural events during tours, highlighting the fort's dark history alongside the ghost stories. Tourists often report hearing these tales come to life, experiencing unexplained noises, moving shadows, and an intense sense of being observed. Many find that the fort's atmosphere changes dramatically after dusk, with the air thickening and shadows growing longer, creating the perfect environment for paranormal activity. Presidio La Bahia remains a compelling destination for both history enthusiasts and paranormal investigators. Its combination of historical significance and documented hauntings makes it a unique site where the echoes of the past are felt in every corridor, courtyard, and tower. Each reported encounter, from fleeting shadows to disembodied cries, reinforces the fort's reputation as a place where the living and the spirits of history coexist uneasily. Visitors brave enough to explore the grounds at night often report experiences that defy explanation, from chilling gusts of wind to ghostly figures standing silently in doorways. The fort continues to inspire both awe and terror. Its dark past, combined with centuries of mysterious sightings and eerie phenomena, ensures that Presidio La Bahia holds a special place among Texas's most haunted locations. The legend of Presidio La Bahia continues to grow, attracting curious travelers, history buffs, and those drawn to the paranormal. Its stories of tragedy, war, and restless spirits provide a stark reminder that history is not just something preserved in books, but something that can linger, unseen, yet deeply felt. Every shadow, every whisper, and every unexplained sound is a testament to the fort's haunted past, making it a place that is as terrifying as it is historically significant. Number 8. The Bishop's Palace, Galveston. The Bishop's Palace, located in the heart of Galveston, Texas, is one of the most stunning examples of Victorian architecture in the United States. But behind its ornate facade lies a chilling reputation that has intrigued paranormal enthusiasts for decades. Built in the late 19th century, the palace, also known as Gresham's Castle, boasts intricate woodwork, stained glass windows, and elaborate chandeliers, all of which create a grand yet eerie atmosphere. Visitors often remark that the opulence of the interior seems almost otherworldly, as if the house itself is frozen in time, silently watching all who enter. Despite its beauty, the bishop's palace is steeped in tales of hauntings and supernatural activity. Guests and tour participants frequently report experiencing cold spots in rooms that are otherwise warm, sudden drops in temperature that send shivers down their spines, and the sensation of being watched when no one is present. The mansion's vast halls and multiple levels amplify sounds, so that even the slightest creak of a floorboard can be unsettling. Some visitors have claimed to hear the soft echo of footsteps pacing the hallways long after the staff have left, or whispers that seem to float through the ornate rooms. One of the most widely reported paranormal phenomena in the palace involves the apparition of a former bishop. Witnesses describe seeing a dignified spectral figure, often in clerical attire, moving silently through the rooms or standing by windows, gazing out as if lost in thought. Other spirits are said to be less defined, appearing as shadows or fleeting shapes that vanish when approached. Many believe these manifestations are the echoes of lives once lived within the palace, tied to the energy and memories of its original inhabitants. The mansion also has a history of tragic events that some claim contribute to the hauntings. While there are no confirmed violent deaths within the home, the lives of its former occupants were often marked by hardship, loss, and illness, which could have left residual emotional energy lingering in the walls. Visitors sometimes experience unexplained touches, cold hands on their shoulders, or sudden sensations of dread when entering certain rooms. These encounters, though intangible, leave a lasting impression and reinforce the palace's reputation as a haunted location. In addition to ghostly sightings, there are frequent reports of objects moving on their own. Chandeliers have been seen swinging despite the absence of drafts, and doors sometimes open and close without any human intervention. Some guests claim to have witnessed items, such as chairs or decorative objects, subtly shift in place, often when no one is nearby. These small but unsettling occurrences add to the mystery, suggesting that the mansion's spirits are not entirely passive and may interact with the living in subtle, sometimes frightening ways. The palace's architecture contributes to its eerie aura. Its winding staircases, hidden alcoves, and towering ceilings create a labyrinthine environment where shadows can play tricks on the eye. Many of the windows feature colorful stained glass, which casts strange and distorted light patterns, especially during sunrise or sunset, adding to the sensation that the house itself is alive. Visitors report that these visual effects, combined with ambient sounds, often make it feel as though unseen eyes are watching and unseen footsteps are echoing through the halls. Guided tours frequently include stories of ghost sightings and unexplained occurrences. Tour guides recount personal experiences and the accounts of previous visitors, many of whom have witnessed apparitions, felt sudden chills, or heard voices calling their names. These stories, combined with the palace's architectural grandeur, create a tense and immersive experience, making it one of the most compelling haunted locations in Texas. Some paranormal investigators have documented unusual electromagnetic activity and temperature fluctuations in specific areas of the palace. These phenomena often coincide with reports of ghostly sightings, lending some credence to the claims of visitors who have experienced the supernatural firsthand. Others theorize that the strong emotional and historical resonance of the palace amplifies people's sensitivity to paranormal events, creating an environment where the veil between past and present feels particularly thin. Visitors also report a distinct feeling of nostalgia and sadness in certain rooms, as if the house itself remembers the lives and struggles of those who lived there. Some say they have experienced faint music, the soft sound of a piano playing in empty rooms, or the distant laughter of children who never existed in the present. These eerie echoes of the past, subtle yet persistent, make the bishop's palace a hauntingly beautiful and unnerving destination. For those brave enough to explore the mansion at night, the experience is often described as otherworldly. Long corridors and shadowy corners seem to stretch and warp, while sudden noises punctuate the silence, keeping visitors on edge. Many come away feeling that the palace is more than a historical building. It is a living repository of memories, spirits, and energies that refuse to be forgotten. The bishop's palace continues to draw both history enthusiasts and ghost hunters alike. Its combination of historical significance, architectural splendor, and paranormal activity makes it a unique and compelling destination. Every shadow, every chill, and every unexplained sound reinforces its status as one of Texas's most haunted locations, ensuring that the stories of its spectral inhabitants remain alive in the minds of all who visit. Number 9. Captain Jack's Ghost Town, Terlingua. Captain Jack's Ghost Town in Terlingua, Texas, is a relic of a bygone era, a mining town that was abandoned in the early 20th century and has since become a magnet for those fascinated by the paranormal. Nestled near the rugged desert landscapes and the looming Chisos Mountains, the ghost town exudes an atmosphere of eerie desolation. The crumbling structures, rusted machinery, and abandoned homes give the impression that time itself has stood still, leaving the echoes of the past lingering in the arid air. Visitors to Captain Jack's often report an overwhelming sense of unease, even in broad daylight. The silence is oppressive, broken only by the wind whistling through hollowed-out buildings or the occasional clatter of a loose shutter. Many describe feeling as though unseen eyes are following them, and some claim to have heard footsteps on dusty streets when no one else is present. The town's history as a former mining hub, filled with hardship, labor disputes, and occasional violent incidents, is thought to contribute to the residual energy that seems to pervade the area. Paranormal enthusiasts who explore Captain Jack's at night frequently recount chilling encounters. Some have seen shadowy figures moving between the ruins, only to vanish when approached. Others report sudden temperature drops in specific spots, as though invisible presences have passed nearby. Whispered voices, unintelligible yet distinct, have been recorded by audio equipment in several locations, adding to the ghostly legend of the town. One of the most commonly reported phenomena involves the old jail and saloon buildings. Guests have experienced doors opening and closing by themselves, and objects such as bottles or chairs shifting inexplicably. The saloon, once a lively center of social life, is said to echo with faint laughter and the distant clinking of glasses, even though it has been abandoned for decades. These experiences create the unsettling feeling that the town is not entirely uninhabited and that spirits replay fragments of their lives endlessly. The stark desert setting amplifies the town's haunting qualities. As dusk falls, long shadows stretch across the weathered buildings, and the fading light creates shapes that seem almost human. Many visitors describe a sensation of being transported back in time, witnessing echoes of miners' lives, their struggles, and their fleeting moments of joy and despair. The isolation and desolation of the area heighten these feelings, making even mundane sounds or movements seem ominous. Some explorers have reported seeing ghostly apparitions near the old cemetery on the outskirts of the town. Figures dressed in period clothing appear and disappear among the gravestones, sometimes pausing as if acknowledging the presence of the living. Others have claimed to experience sudden, unexplainable fatigue or a sense of dread that forces them to leave areas they intended to explore further. These encounters have solidified Captain Jack's reputation as one of the most haunted locations in Texas, attracting both thrill seekers and serious paranormal investigators. Local legends tell of tragic deaths, unfulfilled lives, and mining accidents that may have left an imprint on the town. Paranormal investigators suggest that the intensity of the experiences in Captain Jack's could be linked to the violent and emotional energy stored in the abandoned structures. Some claim to capture orbs of light on camera, while others detect fluctuating electromagnetic fields, both considered signs of supernatural presence. Even without direct supernatural encounters, the sheer atmosphere of Captain Jack's is enough to unsettle visitors. The wind carries strange sounds, shadows seem to move with a life of their own, and the sense of abandonment creates a stark reminder of mortality and the passage of time. Every building, every rusty relic, and every creaking board seems to tell the story of lives once lived, lives that may never truly have left the town. Whether you are a history enthusiast, a ghost hunter, or simply someone intrigued by the macabre, Captain Jack's Ghost Town offers an immersive experience unlike any other. Its combination of historical significance, environmental desolation, and reported paranormal activity makes it a must-visit location for those seeking both thrills and chills. Every creak, whisper, and shadow reinforces the notion that some towns are never truly empty and that the past often refuses to stay buried. Number 10. Jefferson Cemetery, Jefferson. Jefferson Cemetery, located in the historic town of Jefferson, Texas, is widely regarded as one of the most haunted graveyards in the state, a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems unnervingly thin. The cemetery dates back to the 19th century, and its age alone imbues it with a certain somber and chilling aura. Moss-covered headstones lean precariously in the ground, and centuries-old trees stretch their gnarled limbs across the plots, casting elongated shadows that appear to move with a life of their own under the moonlight. Even during the day, the atmosphere is heavy, as though the weight of countless lives lived and lost presses down on the living. Visitors to Jefferson Cemetery often describe a profound sense of unease upon entering. There is a pervasive quiet, broken only by the occasional rustling of leaves or the distant call of a bird. Some report feeling watched, a prickling sensation on the back of the neck, as if unseen eyes are tracking their every move. Shadows seem to shift unnaturally, and paths that appeared open moments before suddenly feel closed or disorienting, leading visitors in loops as though the cemetery itself is alive. The cemetery is notorious for its paranormal activity, with numerous documented encounters over the years. Witnesses have reported seeing figures dressed in period clothing, gliding silently among the gravestones. These apparitions often vanish when approached, leaving a lingering chill in their wake. At night, many claim to hear disembodied footsteps crunching over the gravel, though no one else is present. Others describe faint whispers, sometimes calling their names, echoing eerily across the cemetery grounds. The sense of the supernatural here is so intense that even experienced ghost hunters have admitted to leaving the site abruptly, unnerved by the energy they encounter. One of the most frequently reported phenomena involves the older sections of the cemetery, where the gravestones are cracked, tilted, and weather-worn. It is here that visitors have captured strange orbs of light on camera, which some paranormal investigators interpret as spirits attempting to manifest. Others have noted sudden temperature drops, so severe that they can see their breath, despite the season. These chilling encounters are often accompanied by a feeling of oppression or dread, a weight that seems to press upon the chest, making movement and speech feel laborious. Jefferson Cemetery also holds numerous local legends and stories of tragic deaths. Many of the spirits said to haunt the cemetery are believed to be restless souls who met untimely or violent ends. From sudden illnesses to accidents and the tragedies of the Civil War era, the history of the cemetery is steeped in sorrow. Paranormal enthusiasts speculate that these strong emotions have left residual energy that continues to interact with the living. Some visitors claim to hear morning cries or the faint tolling of invisible bells, adding to the cemetery's terrifying reputation. Perhaps the most unnerving reports come from those who explore the cemetery after dark. People have described the sensation of unseen hands brushing against them, or cold, invisible fingers tracing down their arms. Some have even reported being followed by phantom figures, only to turn around and find the path empty. The further one ventures into the older sections, the more intense the experiences become, creating a palpable sense of fear that seems to grow with every step. Another peculiar phenomenon reported at Jefferson Cemetery is the inexplicable movement of objects. Small stones, branches, or other debris have been known to shift or fall without explanation. Some paranormal investigators have set up equipment to record these occurrences and have captured sudden bursts of activity, such as flickering lights or unaccountable noises, which they attribute to supernatural presence. The combination of visual, auditory, and physical manifestations creates an environment that is as terrifying as it is fascinating for those who seek encounters with the paranormal. Visitors often describe the cemetery as a place where time feels distorted. A single hour can feel like a day, and shadows seem to linger long after they should have disappeared. The interplay of darkness, moonlight, and ancient trees creates illusions that fool the senses, heightening the fear factor for anyone who dares to explore. It is not uncommon for people to report feeling emotionally drained or disoriented after spending time within the cemetery's confines, as though the spirits are feeding on their fear. Despite the fear it inspires, Jefferson Cemetery is also a site of historical and cultural significance. The gravestones tell stories of the town's past residents, from wealthy merchants to common townsfolk, and the cemetery serves as a haunting reminder of the fragility and brevity of life. The juxtaposition of historical beauty and paranormal terror makes it a magnet for ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and those drawn to the macabre. Every visit carries the risk of an encounter that will haunt the memory long after leaving, and this enduring reputation has cemented Jefferson Cemetery's place on the list of the most haunted locations in Texas. Whether you are a history enthusiast, a paranormal investigator, or a thrill seeker, Jefferson Cemetery offers an experience unlike any other. Its combination of aged architecture, eerie ambiance, and documented hauntings creates a compelling and chilling environment. The cemetery remains a place where the past refuses to stay buried, where the echoes of lives long gone manifest in ways that are both subtle and terrifying. Each visit is a step into the unknown, where one might witness the lingering presence of spirits unwilling to depart, making Jefferson Cemetery a location that is not easily forgotten. The chilling tales, coupled with the dense historical significance, ensure that Jefferson Cemetery continues to be a focal point for those seeking ghostly encounters. Paranormal enthusiasts often return multiple times, hoping to capture evidence or experience firsthand the inexplicable occurrences reported by countless others. The blend of natural beauty, somber history, and supernatural energy makes Jefferson Cemetery a uniquely haunting site, and the stories continue to grow with every new visitor who ventures into its shadowed grounds. Number 11. The Magnolia Hotel, Seguin. The Magnolia Hotel in Seguin, Texas, is not just a landmark of historical significance, but also a hotspot for paranormal activity, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is said to be particularly thin. Built in the late 19th century, the hotel has a long and storied past, having hosted generations of travelers, businessmen, and locals. Its elegant architecture and classic charm mask a darker, more sinister history that has left its mark on the property. The walls of the Magnolia Hotel are said to be imbued with the energy of past residents, and those who enter often report feeling the lingering presence of those who never truly left. Visitors to the hotel frequently describe an uncanny sense of being watched. Even in seemingly empty corridors, the sensation of eyes following one's every move is almost palpable. Footsteps echo through hallways where no one walks, and doors open and close without explanation. Some guests report hearing faint whispers, indistinct conversations carried on the air, or the distant laughter of children. These unexplained phenomena are not confined to one area, but have been experienced throughout the building, from guest rooms to the grand lobby. The air inside the hotel often feels heavy and oppressive, making each step forward a test of courage for those sensitive to paranormal energy. Perhaps the most chilling reports come from the upper floors of the hotel, where the oldest rooms are located. These rooms are said to be inhabited by spirits who met tragic or untimely deaths, leaving behind strong residual energy. Guests have described objects moving on their own, lights flickering without reason, and the sensation of cold hands brushing against their skin. Some have awoken in the middle of the night to see shadowy figures standing at the foot of their beds or sitting silently in chairs, disappearing when confronted. The combination of auditory, visual, and tactile experiences makes the Magnolia Hotel a uniquely terrifying location for paranormal enthusiasts and casual visitors alike. Local lore surrounding the hotel adds to its haunted reputation. Stories of former residents, hotel staff, and guests who died under mysterious circumstances have been passed down through generations. These tales often involve tragic accidents, violent disputes, or unexplained illnesses, events that are believed to have left a permanent imprint on the property. The accumulation of sorrow, fear, and unresolved trauma is thought to fuel the paranormal activity reported by countless visitors over the years. Paranormal investigators are drawn to the Magnolia Hotel for the chance to capture evidence of its haunted reputation. They have set up cameras, audio recorders, and thermal imaging equipment throughout the hotel, hoping to document the unexplained. Many claim to have captured anomalies such as ghostly orbs, cold spots, and EVPs, which are often interpreted as messages from the spirit world. Some investigators, however, admit that the energy within the hotel can be overwhelming, leading them to cut their sessions short or leave the premises altogether, unsettled by the intensity of what they encountered. Even guests who are skeptical about the supernatural often report experiences they cannot explain. Some have woken to find furniture slightly rearranged, objects missing and later reappearing in different locations, or the faint sound of music playing from a room that should be empty. The hotel staff themselves occasionally recount strange incidents, from doors opening and closing on their own to hearing footsteps echoing through empty hallways. The consistency of these reports over decades has solidified the Magnolia Hotel's status as one of Texas's most haunted locations. The eerie ambiance of the hotel is further enhanced by its architecture and interior design. Original woodwork, grand staircases, and antique furnishings create an atmosphere that feels frozen in time, making the sudden encounters with the paranormal even more unsettling. Shadows seem to linger longer than they should, and the interplay of dim lighting and historical decor contributes to the sense that visitors are never truly alone. For those willing to explore, the hotel provides a rare glimpse into a past where history and the supernatural intersect in ways that are both fascinating and frightening. Visiting the Magnolia Hotel is an experience that blends historical curiosity with spine-chilling encounters. It is a place where the stories of long-departed souls are interwoven with the present, creating an environment that is as educational as it is unnerving. Every corner of the hotel seems to hold a secret, and the spirits that remain are said to be eager to make their presence known. For those drawn to the unknown, the Magnolia Hotel offers an unforgettable and often terrifying experience that lingers long after leaving the premises. The combination of rich history, architectural elegance, and undeniable paranormal activity makes the Magnolia Hotel a must-visit location for ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and anyone intrigued by the supernatural. Each visit carries the potential for unexplained experiences, and those who enter with an open mind may leave with a story that will haunt them for years to come. The Magnolia Hotel in Seguin is not just a hotel. It is a living monument to the past and a portal to a world where the spirits of history refuse to remain silent. Number 12. The Spaghetti Warehouse, Dallas. The Spaghetti Warehouse in Dallas is far more than a popular restaurant or a destination for pasta lovers. It is a site steeped in paranormal activity and dark history. The building itself, dating back over a century, has seen countless lives pass through its doors, and many of those lives ended in tragic or unexplained circumstances. Over the years, patrons and staff alike have reported experiences that defy logical explanation, from eerie sounds and moving objects to sudden drops in temperature that seem to emanate from nowhere. The very walls of the Spaghetti Warehouse appear to hold memories of the past, resonating with a haunting energy that permeates every corner of the establishment. Visitors often describe a feeling of unease the moment they enter, as though invisible eyes are watching their every move. The creaking floors and dimly lit hallways amplify this sensation, creating a sense that the building itself is alive with the presence of spirits. Staff members have shared countless accounts of objects moving independently, doors opening and closing on their own, and cold drafts that sweep through rooms without warning. Some patrons have claimed to hear faint whispering or see shadowy figures lurking just beyond their line of sight, leaving them unsettled long after their visit. The hauntings are particularly concentrated in areas of the building that were part of its original structure, where history is most deeply embedded. Here, ghostly figures are said to appear, sometimes replaying events from the past or lingering silently as if observing the living. Guests have reported hearing the sounds of footsteps when no one is present, the clinking of glasses that are untouched, and the sensation of being touched or brushed past by unseen hands. These manifestations create an atmosphere of suspense and terror, making a simple meal at the Spaghetti Warehouse an unnerving experience for those sensitive to paranormal phenomena. Historical records suggest that the site of the spaghetti warehouse has a particularly tragic past. It is believed that in its earlier years, the building was the scene of accidents, sudden deaths, and even violent altercations. The residual energy of these events is thought to linger, manifesting as paranormal activity that both fascinates and frightens. Locals have passed down tales of these incidents for generations, further cementing the reputation of the spaghetti warehouse as one of Dallas's most haunted locations. Paranormal investigators are drawn to the site in search of proof of the supernatural. Equipped with cameras, voice recorders, and other detection equipment, they attempt to capture evidence of spirits. Many report hearing unexplained voices or capturing orbs on camera, which are often interpreted as manifestations of the building's restless inhabitants. Some investigators have claimed to feel sudden, inexplicable cold spots or even physical sensations, reinforcing the belief that this is a place where the boundary between the living and the dead is exceptionally thin. Even those who enter the spaghetti warehouse for casual dining cannot escape the unsettling energy. Guests frequently recount feeling sudden chills, hearing faint noises, or glimpsing shadows that vanish when approached. Some have described seeing apparitions sitting at empty tables or lingering in corners, disappearing before they can be fully recognized. The consistency of these experiences over decades suggests that the hauntings are not mere imagination, but an ongoing phenomenon that continues to affect anyone who steps inside. The architecture and design of the spaghetti warehouse contribute significantly to its eerie atmosphere. Exposed brick walls, low ceilings, and dim lighting create an environment that seems frozen in time, providing the perfect stage for paranormal activity. Shadows twist unnaturally in corners, and the interplay of light and darkness makes it difficult to distinguish between reality and apparition. This combination of historical charm and supernatural presence makes the spaghetti warehouse a unique and frightening location, drawing curiosity seekers, history enthusiasts, and paranormal investigators alike. Stories of encounters within the spaghetti warehouse continue to circulate, with each new visitor adding to the building's haunted lore. Staff members, in particular, report repeated disturbances that cannot be explained logically, such as items disappearing and reappearing, chairs moving, and equipment malfunctioning in inexplicable ways. These persistent occurrences suggest that the spirits inhabiting the building are not merely passive observers, but active participants seeking interaction with the living in ways both subtle and alarming. Despite its reputation, the spaghetti warehouse remains a bustling establishment. Patrons are often unaware of the spectral presence, yet those sensitive to the paranormal feel it immediately. The contrast between the lively dining experience and the chilling ghost stories adds a unique tension to the location, making each visit a mix of comfort and terror. It is a place where history and haunting intersect, leaving a lingering impression on all who enter. For anyone intrigued by the supernatural, the spaghetti warehouse offers a rare opportunity to witness paranormal activity in a historical setting. Its combination of dark history, consistent reports of hauntings, and eerie ambiance makes it one of Dallas's most compelling haunted locations. Whether you are a skeptic, a paranormal investigator, or simply an adventurous diner, a visit to the spaghetti warehouse promises an unforgettable experience that will haunt your memories long after you leave. As we wrap up this journey through some of the most chilling and terrifying haunted houses and locations across Texas, California, New York, North Carolina, and beyond, it's impossible not to feel the lingering sense of unease. These places are not just stories or legends. They are real locations where countless individuals have reported experiences that defy logic, encounters that push the boundaries of our understanding, and manifestations that continue to perplex even the most seasoned paranormal investigators. From shadowy figures lingering in empty hallways to sudden drops in temperature that send shivers down your spine, to the faint whispers of long-departed souls caught in moments of tragic history. These haunted sites are living reminders of the thin veil between the world of the living and the unknown. It's a strange sensation to imagine walking through these buildings, these streets, these graveyards, knowing that somewhere in the shadows, a presence watches, waits, and perhaps even interacts with the unsuspecting. The atmosphere in these places is electric with tension, heavy with history, and filled with energy that refuses to rest. Many of these houses, mansions, hotels, and cemeteries have witnessed unimaginable acts, from betrayals and murders to accidents and unexplained tragedies. And yet, despite their dark pasts, they remain standing, inviting, haunting, and ready to share their stories with those brave enough to step inside. Visiting these haunted locations is not for the faint of heart. For some, it is curiosity that draws them in, a desire to experience firsthand the supernatural and to connect with the mysteries of the past. For others, it is a thrill, a brush with fear that is both exhilarating and terrifying. But one thing is certain: these locations leave an impression. The feeling of having been watched, the sensation of footsteps echoing behind you, the subtle touches of a presence unseen, all of these experiences linger long after you've left. And perhaps that is the allure of haunted places, the knowledge that there is more to this world than meets the eye, that the stories passed down through generations are not just tales, but echoes of events that truly occurred, frozen in time, yet still reaching out to us today. Now, if you have been captivated, terrified, and intrigued by these haunted locations as much as we have been, there are a few ways you can stay connected with the world of the supernatural. First, make sure to like this video to let us know you enjoyed delving into these haunted sites and want more spine-chilling explorations. Your like not only helps support the creation of future content, but it also ensures that more people are introduced to the incredible, terrifying, and mysterious world of haunted locations. Second, share this video with friends, family, or anyone who loves ghost stories, paranormal encounters, or the thrill of being slightly scared in the comfort of their own home. Sharing is how these stories spread, how more people become aware of the mysteries that exist all around us, and how we continue to keep these legends alive for future generations to experience and investigate. Imagine the conversations and debates sparked when someone shares a story of an encounter at one of these haunted houses, or when a friend dares another friend to visit a haunted hotel or plantation. These moments are the very essence of why stories like these endure. They connect us, thrill us, and invite us to wonder about the unseen world around us. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. By subscribing, you become part of a community dedicated to exploring haunted houses, chilling paranormal encounters, and the dark and mysterious corners of the world. Each new story, each new investigation, and each new haunted location we feature brings you closer to understanding the mysteries that defy explanation. Subscribers get access to updates on the latest content, ensuring that no ghost story or haunted site goes unnoticed. For those of you who are brave enough, consider visiting some of these locations yourself, but always do so respectfully and safely. Remember that these places are not just sites of entertainment. They are part of history, and many carry with them the weight of tragedy and loss. Approach them with caution, curiosity, and respect, and perhaps you too will feel that inexplicable chill, catch a fleeting shadow from the corner of your eye, or hear a whisper that seems to come from nowhere. These moments are what make haunted places so compelling, terrifying, and unforgettable. In closing, thank you for joining us on this journey into the most haunted and cursed locations across the United States, the United Kingdom, Brazil, and beyond. The world is full of mysteries, and every haunted house, plantation, hotel, hospital, cemetery, and forest we explore reminds us that there is so much we do not yet understand. If these stories gave you chills, made your heart race, or left you looking over your shoulder, then you've experienced just a fraction of the terror and wonder that these places hold. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more haunted adventures, terrifying tales, and real paranormal encounters. Keep exploring, stay curious, and always beware of the shadows, because sometimes the past is not done with us, and the spirits of haunted locations are never truly at rest.